All right, out in the tropics, it is still active. We have the remnants of Peter now. There's just one T in Peter. Odette is the remnants of Odette could reform, and then post-tropical cyclone Rose is out there. Now we have Tropical Depression 18, and notice the track of it. It is expected to move west and then kind of northwest, and it is forecasted to become Sam more than likely. Probably today. Looking at it on satellite out here, it's way on out here in the Atlantic. I mean, it is nearly 2,000 miles east of the Lesser Antilles, which are over here. So this thing's still a long ways out there. It's moving west at 15. It's not moving terribly fast, so it's going to take its time. Its winds are 35 miles an hour, and it will likely become a depression or a tropical storm pretty soon, and the next name is Sam. So notice there, you can see it on satellite. Not terribly impressive, but it is out there, and it is a cyclone. Now, here's the latest track of Tropical Depression 18, moving off towards the west, strengthening, and then it could rapidly intensify at some point or really strengthen pretty quickly. We do have it forecast to become a hurricane by this weekend, and then perhaps a major hurricane by early next week as it moves northwest. Notice still well east and northeast of the Lesser Antilles. The big question right now is how quickly is this thing going to turn? When does it turn and go out into the Atlantic? So there are still quite a few questions. One thing that's steering it is the high pressure right now. Now, one of the big questions right now is there a weakness in this high for it to travel to? The models are completely opposite on what they think is going to happen. This is the American model specifically, and the reason it curves it out into the Atlantic is, one, it has it as a stronger hurricane, and two, it has a stronger trough coming down and a weakness in between these two ridges, which would allow it to go into the Atlantic. The European model is completely flipped. It has the ridge a bit stronger right here, it has a weaker system, and it has it traveling further towards the west. So yeah, the United States does need to keep an eye on what will likely become Sam in the long term, but this is still 10 to 14 days away. It's so far out there, you really can't speculate that far out what it's going to do, but this is one thing we'll be watching, are kind of the patterns and what the pattern is doing with models and things like that. So right now, it does look more than likely it will curve. It's just when does it curve? So our concern level in the Gulf of Mexico, we don't need to worry about it in the near term, at least for the next 10 days or so. The Gulf is looking fairly quiet. Our forecast, beautiful weather, beautiful today, staying sunny through the weekend, and then next week the humidity's back, along with the chance for a few showers.